Good morning, dear ones. Happy Thursday. One more day and it's Friday, and then we have a weekend. I suppose for some of us it doesn't really matter whether it's weekend or not. We're still stuck at home. So do you know what, folks? Reinvent yourself every day. Wear the perfume, wear the sparkly earrings, put your makeup on, enjoy being you, and love yourself. So today we're going into the number 8 law. In my book, obviously in others they're in different orders. The first one is always the first one though. And the number 8th in mine is the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Okay, so what does this one really mean? This one is about the law states that on an energetic level, everything in the universe is constantly evolving and fluctuating. Every action is preceded by a thought, and with thoughts themselves having the power to eventually manifest in our physical reality. Let's look at that from a different point of view. It's a very, very powerful law. It states that all persons have within them the power to change the conditions in their lives. Isn't that empowering? Every single person on this planet has the power to change the conditions in their lives. Higher vibrations consume and transform lower ones. Thus, each of us can change the energies in our lives by understanding these universal laws and applying the principles in such a way so as to effect change. So we've got the tools. Each and every one of us at our fingertips have the tools to change the conditions of our lives. In essence, what this means is that each and every one of us has the power to effect within ourselves and our own lives the change that we want. Only we have this power over ourselves. Which means that if you think that anyone else has this power over you, you're right, because you give them that power. I'm going to repeat that one. Only we have this power over ourselves, which means that if you think that anyone else has this power over you, you're 100% right, because you have given them that power, and you can change that. The patterns that we have learnt and created can be changed. Our emotions are caused by thoughts, and thoughts can be changed. What we believe to be true is true for us. We choose enlightenment. We choose healing. We choose bad relationships. We choose to feel negative emotions attached to our past. We can choose something else. You don't have to keep choosing the same things that you think you have been forced to choose. So in other words, if you feel that you have to do this, no, you don't. Nobody is forcing you to do anything but yourself. We choose healing. We choose enlightenment. The power of choice and free will lies within each and every one of us. It is perpetual because the power is never ending and it's eternal. So the law of perpetual transmutation states that everything is energy and that it is in a constant state of flux or change. All that we hear, all that we see, all that we smell, all that we touch and feel and interact with is change. Understand that you as a person will always be under construction, regardless of whether the change is good or bad. The choice, of course, is yours. So if you've ever been around a negative person and felt your own positivity depleting, That's just one example of how you allow the belief that that person's power and negativity to influence your own. It can also work the other way around. Higher frequencies actually transmute lower ones when applied with intention. The law of intentional action. Okay? Knowing this, we can actively seek to uplift negative energy around us with our thoughts and actions. So this one's all about the power. This one's all about the power, the force. May the force be with you. What you believe is true for you. If you believe that you've been hard done by the world, and that the world is always treating you badly, you're 100% right. If you believe that the world is actually a very, very beautiful place, filled with potential for harmony and peace and calm and love, you're 100% right. If you believe that you are worthless and not good enough, and that you seek approval from everybody else because they're the only ones who have the power to tell you whether you're good enough, you're absolutely right. If you believe that the world is going to hell in a handbasket, you're absolutely right. What you believe is true for you. Now be aware of your thoughts. Your thoughts create your emotions. And your emotions are the vibrations, the frequency that you vibrate at, and that is the energy that you send out. So when you are aware of what vibrations and what thoughts you are thinking, and what emotions those thoughts are eliciting, be careful. Be careful what you're sending out, because it's going to come back to you. Would you like that always to be the case? If you feel that everybody around you is always out to get you, if you feel that everybody always lies to you, if you feel that there is nothing in this world that is not gained through conflict or hard work, or that everybody always treats you badly, you are 100% right. And those thoughts and energies that you then think, and the frequency is then that you send it out, it's going to come back to you. So how do we combat this? How do we actually take this understanding of this particular law, and how do we make that work for us? Well, being aware of those thoughts means that you are then capable of making the changes you need to change the negative energy into positive energy, to change the beliefs that you have about yourself and the world from negative, self-effacing, self-erasing, self-deprecating energies into positive ones, where you believe in the good of the world, where you believe in the altruistic, that every person has some good part inside them, and all they need is some love and care and understanding and some self-love, so that they can actually become who they were meant to be, instead of who they were told they needed to be, or what was expected of them through their upbringing, through their parents' own stuff as well. Folks, bearing in mind that the only working heterosexual relationship we have as an example of how to act as an adult is that of our parents. So if already we have a situation where we come from a bit of a dysfunctional, maybe even a toxic family, we need to make sure that we're aware of the thoughts that we create, so that we do not believe that that is exactly how things are. And when you read or listen to the 4 agreements, it actually helps you to understand how we have chosen to agree that the things that we're told and taught are right. We don't have to agree. We can go back and break those agreements, because we didn't at the time have the wherewithal to question. And a lot of the time when we did question, we were not given the answers that we sought. We were given the answers that were okay for parents to give their kids. And unfortunately, we have now stayed with those. Those are our fundamentals. That's the foundation on which we put our beliefs and our thoughts. And of course, those thoughts and beliefs and agreements and everything create that foundation, and therefore we build on everything else. And it is so ingrained in us that a lot of the time we don't actually even realize how ingrained it is in us, that we react in certain ways in the workplace, adult relationships, in the same way, either with strength or with weakness, as to what example we had for us. So today, dear ones, love yourself enough to start becoming aware of the things, the thoughts, the frequency that no longer serves you. You have the ability, you have the power to change those around, to transmute those energies and to change them from a negative into a positive, into something that suits you better. Feed the dragon. That is for your highest and greatest good. Stop feeding the other one, because that one doesn't suit you. Folks, we are going to get deeper into a lot of these things, like the 4 agreements. We're going to get into each of these really, really in depth. We're going to just do the laws at the moment so that we understand the universe and how it works, and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of how to apply these things to our lives so that we can live for our highest and greatest good, and so that we are happier, calmer, less anxious people, and that we love ourselves more. And that is very exciting. But just for today, do not worry, do not anger, work honestly and hard on yourself. Be kind to all living things and be grateful for everything you have. And just for today, be impeccable with your word. Do not assume anything. Do not take anything personally, and just do your best. Namaste.